everyone. I just won't take much time. I thank Mr. Rajkumar Sharma sir and AICRA for inviting us. It's a pleasure and honor to be a part of this mega event. Something we might have contributed to this event to make it successful. So quickly I will take about our PPT, and I just want to introduce about our organization. We are EduLife India, Bangalore, and we have ours is three things. We have product development, we have manufacturing, we have services, we have sales, and our main technical clients are engineering institutions, diploma institutions, ITIs, schools, whichever the institutions which come under technical scenario. Most of us know that when this term STEM, I want to share my frank things. When I was doing my schooling, I even don't know that there is something called robotics. We never know that there is something called robotics. Me, because I belong to a rural place, I have done my schooling in rural place. Then for graduation, I came to Bangalore. I have completed my BTech and MTech, and I have worked in IT industry. Is it audible? Okay, so I have worked in IT industry for more than 6 to 7 years. So after that, we started this organization to fill a gap between technical institutions and the industries. From morning, I guess so many people have spoken about these things that we have to develop the technical skills. And Mr. Ravindra Kumar sir also told that apart from the physical aspect, technical skills carry a weightage, whether to your career, to your personality at all. Please next slide. So the main objective of our organization is to make skills. We work upon this theory is skill, upskill and reskill. Why? Because we are working in a what you call industry 4.0 revolution, and every whoever are working in MNCs, whoever are the engineers, there is a learning for us. Suppose if you are working for a particular platform, suddenly the Android app came. Before we are not having the Androids. Now the Android came. Now AI, machine learning, Python. So many things are came. So it's like skills, upskills and reskills. So encouraging entrepreneurship and innovations, like a famous businessman told that the only way to reduce the unemployability in the country is to open more number of companies. I know, I guess you know him, Mr. Narayan Murthy, the Infosys founder. He told that to decrease the unemployability in the country, we have to open more number of companies, startups, where we can employ people. It's not like that we have to, now the industries are not looking for the percentage. Where during our schooling and all, we have taught कि बेटा तुम्हें 90% निकालना है 10 में, फिर उसके बाद you have to go to some good college. Afterwards, you have to go for IIT, NIT. If you won't get NIT, at least you have to go do in good technical institution. You have to pass with a good marks. Then you have to place in a good organization. Then you will get a beautiful girl for marriage. That is what the mentality we have been taught. Our parents have taught it. So that is what the mindset. But now, if we are looking at the schools, at the school level also, if we see, the students are started interest in developing the STEM education. So this is what promoting innovation based education, and we provide some of the unique solutions in software as well as hardware technology. We have our own ERP models. We have developed a software management software. We have developed a school management software. So those are our products. Next slide, please. So about us, I'll quickly go. So ours is a ISO 2015 organization. So it basically focuses on research, development and service-based organization. So we basically focuses on technical advancement, and we have developed some of our own products. See, when we are talking about this STEM education and something like that, so many government institutions have come up with so many innovative ideas. Like we have this Atal Tinkering Labs, we have Artificial Intelligence Lab for NCERT schools, CBSE schools and all. So if we develop our education system at the grassroots level, if we make sure that our student before 10th, if they are equipped with all these technologies, we will be producing so many good engineers. It is very unfortunate. I would not like to take the names of the institutions or the states, it is very unfortunate. Even in the engineering institutions, they are not having 3D printing. We have been to so many engineering institutions. We work across pan India. I have personally visited to so many engineering institutions. I have asked a mechanical guy, "Do you know about 3D printing?" He told, "Yeah, sir." तुमने कहाँ देखा? Sir, I have watched in YouTube. I have told that, see, that 3D printing technology is introduced in schools. You are an engineering graduate. If you don't know about 3D printing technology and you have not seen the machine, he will transfer it to his management that the college is not having any 3D printing machines. They won't afford it. When we spoke about the teachers, they told that, sir, we have some machines, so the machine will be operated by a technician. Though the 3D printing is compulsory, it should be operated by all the engineering institutions. So that is what the gaps we have. Next slide, please. So we have some of the retired ISRO scientists, IISc professors, and some of the DST, MSME professors are associated with our organization. They are our backbones, and we have very good advisors. A team in Bangalore, we have very good advisor team in Delhi. So they mentor our curriculum, they mentor our proceedings and all. So why skill mission is required? When we are talking about skill, skill shows your personality. Skill shows your personality, values and goals. See, we have seen a guy, or we have seen a girl who is having 90 or 95 percentage, and the guy who is having a 60%, they are sharing the same desk in Infosys, Wipro or Cognizant. So percentage doesn't matter. Like we tell, degree and education doesn't matter. So what matters is when considering a job need. So company skills and experiences are sometimes more important than your percentage. Even if you are having 90%, 95%, 92%, if you are not having creativity or if you are not having the skill set which is required by the industry, then you will be sharing the same desk with the guy or a girl who is having some kind of 60, 65, 50%. So apart from that, we do give some kind of training modules or training programs on communication skills, time management, leadership skills, and for engineering graduates, for diploma graduates, for ITIs, and this we have introduced at the school level also, because we have developed so many robotics labs. Before this concept of Atal Tinkering Lab came into picture, we were working in schools for development of the robotics lab. So we have given so many proposals to schools that you develop this lab so that your children will get equipped with the recent technology. Frankly speaking, till my second year of engineering, I didn't know what is meant by Arduino boards. I didn't know what is meant by Arduino boards. So because the education at our end is not up to that level. But if you see tier 1 cities like Pune, Bombay, Bangalore, we have Delhi and all. So students are far technically equipped if we go to the rural places. Still in rural places, the only thing what works is that you have to work on your percentage. You don't need to work on your, even in the rural places, so many engineering institutions are there. They also teach the same thing. Work on your percentage, don't work on your technical skill set. So that is where we thought that we have to change this mindset. We have to make sure that the student should parallelly work on his skill set. Apart from a graduation degree in BTech and MTech, he should have some extra skill set which will help his or her career to develop in advance. Next slide, please. So this is what the survey we got. So according to the latest survey by ASCOM, so 80% of undergraduates are not skill set for industry ready, because we see in Bangalore, we personally see in Bangalore, like if you go to companies like Accenture, TCS, Cognizant, during Saturday, Sunday, you see a huge crowd of students holding the files, standing in a queue at the gates, because there will be a recruitment guide. So if they call for 1,000 people, 2,000 people, they will take only 100 or 50 people. They might be having some kind of filtering criteria, but most of the companies want to reduce the cost of training, because if they hire some 3,000, 4,000, engineers. They have to spend more than billions of money on training itself. So that is what they want to cut the training cost, and they are most probably preferring to the skilled labor. So this is what the data we got. India faces a shortage of skilled manforce. 2.3% of its workforce is under training, and if we see MSME contributes only 17% of the GDP to India. If we see other countries like Taiwan is 85% and China is 50%, and countries like Singapore also contribute to 50% of GDP because of their skilled labor. Next slide, please. So these are the World Economic Forum. According to that, the skill set required for a technical graduate to be job ready or to be industry ready is complex problem solving, critical thinking, creativity, people management, judgment and decision making. Because when we go to working in a team or not, it's not like that the team should be of our own hometown, or they should be of our own language, they should be of our own state. You will be working with multiple teams. You will be working with a person who is from Jammu. You will be working from a person who is from Tamil Nadu or Karnataka. So people management is very much important. Next slide. So this is how the role of EduLife India. What we have come up is that we will introduce some kind of modules wherein we can help the technical educations to make some students industry ready. So we have designed the module, the industry requirement analysis. What exactly industry needs, what they want from a engineering graduate, or what they want from a diploma ITI graduate who they want to be in their company. So we have taking that requirement, we have designed some kind of skill training program. We have designed more than 150 skill training program for engineering graduate, diploma, ITIs. So after that we do some assessment and certificates. I would like to share you one thing is that there is a huge, before the Reliance Jio came, Reliance Jio has a huge requirement of optical fiber technicians. Mostly so many people have heard about this topic, or they might have heard about this term, optical fiber technician, wherein Jio was laying a optical fiber across pan India. So during that day in South India they were facing some kind of problem. So they came in contact with us. So we are having already the equipment of optical fiber, like if you see the splicer, OTDR, the fault detector, the POP point checker, the voltage regulators and all. We are already designed a curriculum on that. So when Reliance Jio approached us, that said you have to train 1,500 optical fiber field technician. There is a difference. The people who are working in the sitting under AC and the people who are working on the field. Those are called optical field technician. So we have took that as a challenge. So successfully we have trained more than 1,234 students across Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Maharashtra, and successfully 90% of the students got placed in Reliance, Airtel, Vodafone and all. So that is because of the hands-on experience what we have given to them with the latest machine. That machine will be used by all these vendors. Not only it's confined to BSNL and all. The machines are universal for all the vendors. Even if we go for the international standard, the machines remain the same. So this is what we have done. So we have done the assessment and we have given the certification, and after that we have given them some employment opportunity also. Not only in the startup, we will refer some of the MNCs to the graduates or the certificate holders to go and have a interview at that. Next slide please. So this is what this thing we do. Youth explore on real life implementation of projects like Ravindra sir was telling about 4.0, where most of the devices are based on IoT, or most of the devices are based on machine learning. There are robotic surgeries. We have seen in Bangalore hospital, so many Bangalore hospitals have latest robotic equipments and all. So that equipment is made by this 4.0 industry revolution only. So that is how we train the students on latest platform. Next slide please. So journey till now. So we have almost all trained more than 10,000 plus youths across pan India. We have a market in Gujarat, we have a market in Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and whole Northeast. We have a market in Orissa. So we are planning to penetrate to Jammu also. So we have trained the technical students like diploma, ITI, engineering graduates, and made them industry ready. Like they can go for international market also. So that kind of skill set or hands-on experience we have given them. And we have a network of more than 300 plus technical institutions across pan India. We have MOUs with technical institutions, and we have established some of the center of excellence in some of the colleges in Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu. And we have developed more than 100 plus adult tinkering labs or robotics labs across pan India. Next slide, please. So these are the things, the outcome-based education. So what all our technical universities concentrate on, like AICTE is also telling that we want outcome-based education, wherein skill development is important for the students. You will become communicability, problem solvability, and youth can develop their own products. Because in present scenario, so many startups are coming up. So many startups. If you develop one product, you can sell it to the whole Indian market, international market. And Government of India has also taking so many initiatives to develop this kind of entrepreneurship or startup India. So many funding schemes are there. So that is what we promote entrepreneurship to the young engineering graduates, that instead of going for an organization, you start up a incubation center, you start up a small startup during your graduation, develop any product, sell it on Amazon, sell it on Flipkart. Either it will be a DIY kit, either it will be a small robotic kit, sell it on the online platform. So that is how